Hi everyone, I wanted to make a video today on Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve 2023 and I wanted to make a video this time of year because it's I think it's the seventh Christmas since recovering from prescribed Benzodiazepine, and it's the best one so far. And it's the one where I felt the most healed, and it has been a really, really long journey, and it's been really hard to enjoy this time of year for almost a decade, and just to be in a place where you can feel and see that healing is a really powerful thing. And I think one of the most difficult and challenging things with this recovery is often feeling like, am I ever going to heal, especially when it goes over months or years? So I wanted to share the following and hope this helps if you're going through something similar. So number one is patience is key, and this is so hard. I know it's so challenging when you just want to fight for your life back and you want to run to the finish line and make it happen as soon as possible, and that's a perfectly normal human reaction to have. But recovery does take time, it can take time, and it's really important to be gentle with yourself and be patient, because the more you're in that state of sort of acceptance, I suppose, the more your body can be in a restful state where it can induce and contribute to healing. I've definitely found that the more you just sort of try and go with the flow and accept it, and just have that faith that it will improve and it will get better. It's incredible how resilient the brain is, but it just needs time and it needs the right conditions to sort of be able to be in that relaxed state where it can just do its thing and rebalance itself. As long as you just keep taking care of yourself and having that patience, that healing will come. Number two is find balance. So this could be with eating, for example. I am not an expert in this, and I wouldn't want to say to every single person, don't have this, do have that, cut this out, because everybody is different and people have different needs. But I think applying the rule of balance across the board for everyone, but especially those going through something like this, is really important. So for me, I found that not having too much sugar, not having too much gluten, not having too much dairy have all really helped. And obviously this time of year, everybody wants to indulge. And I would just say, try and find your balance. Don't just have everything because everyone else is having it. And whilst they might have a day or two of feeling rough, the consequences for those of us going through B.I.N.D recovery or something similar could be very different. So have balance with food, have balance with socializing. It might be that you feel like you need to take breaks or just have rest times within the Christmas period where everyone else is doing stuff, but actually you know that if you push yourself, it's not going to be conducive to healing. So find balance, whatever that means for you. Number three is celebrate small wins. So again, this time of year, it's a time of reflection, it's a time of looking forward. And I think what we can tend to do when you're in a feeling of in a survival situation is to just focus on the future and forget how far you've come, and let the frustration of not currently being where you want to be override the recognition of where you've come from. So this is something that I've had to learn, and a lot of people have said to me, but I remember when I saw you 6 months ago or a year ago, or remember when you couldn't do that a year ago or 2 years ago. And I would forget the progress, because you're just tunnel visioned into getting better and rebuilding your life. But I think that's an important part of recovery, is to recognize that and allow the momentum of that to kind of build inside of you, and allow the energy of that to help catapult you forward, and also calibrate your mind and body and subconscious mind into, this is the pathway that we're on. Number four is rest, and this is such a simple thing to say, but not always easy to adopt, especially during the holidays where there's a lot going on, and maybe a lot of people to see, a lot of things to do. Obviously, it can feel a bit challenging at times to feel like you need to step away and take some time for yourself when there's a lot going on and you want to contribute. But I think that's where communicating with the people that you're around is really important, and just saying, hey, this is what I'm going through. I might need to rest at this point. I might need to take some time out, or just have a nap halfway through Love Actually, or lie down when everyone else is going for a walk and you just want to listen to some meditation music. Yeah, I think you have to figure out for you when that is, and you might not know. I mean, you don't always know when your body's going to feel like taking some time out, but I think rest is really important, again, for the body and brain to be in that state where it can actually heal. Number 5 is prioritize self-care, which obviously links in with all the previous things that have been mentioned: patience, finding balance, celebrating small wins, resting. But I think self-care extends to everything, and that might include indulging in activities that you find bring you peace and joy, whether that's playing some music, doing a puzzle, going for a walk by yourself, going for a walk with your family, your loved ones. It's about, again, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, but I think there is a framework that is conducive to healing. And wherever you can, just try and schedule those things in that make you feel good, because those chemicals that get released in your body contribute to healing, and it all helps move the healing along. Ultimately, listen to your body, listen to your intuition, and don't feel pressured to move outside of the boundaries that you're setting for yourself. And they're not fixed. It might be trial and error. Your boundaries this year might be different to next year, but your boundaries today might be different to next week. So it's a constant sort of listening to yourself, understanding yourself, but above all else, prioritize your well-being and know that day by day, week by week, you can get closer to healing and closer to becoming not just your old self, but a better version of your old self, one that has gone through this very challenging time but come out the other side learning so much from it. If you can find some space and time to just keep imagining healing, keep imagining the future that you want, your ideas of what great Christmases would be, I think it helps both with any current adversity that you are going through, any current circumstances that don't feel comfortable. It can help sort of ride the waves of that, and also somewhat calibrate us to then being able to move towards that future and further towards that healing. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas, and may 2024 be the best year of healing yet.